Just over the weekend, I read an analysis that said that it returned $11 billion to consumers.
Directly to families that were cheated. This is what I love about this agency. This is government that actually works for people. So we gathered up to build the agency, gathered up all the consumer protection laws that were already out there, put them with one agency. They got the resources, they developed the expertise, and they have a mission. And they get out there to level the playing field. So you get cheated on credit cards or a bank account or a student loan, and the consumer agency comes in and does some enforcement, and they have actually forced these big financial institutions to give back money. And here's the other part they do. If anybody needs this, they run a complaint hotline, and they have now handled over 1 million complaints. So when you get dinged for $5 because it's a charge and they won't reverse the charge and you think that's wrong on some credit deal, or they won't give back your $15,000 down payment on a house because they said blah, 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 they get to keep it. People file complaints through this consumer agency. You can go to cfpb.gov or consumeragency.gov, and you can look at the complaints, you can file a complaint, and a lot of the complaints, not all of them, but a lot of the complaints get resolved through the agency. People get their money back. It's a way to level the playing field between ordinary folks and these giant banks.
So I think the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is amazing. I think that if I saved people $11 billion, I could retire off of that.
You'd think.
Okay, so I'd feel great about that. But it does lead to an interesting question about how you walk the line between what you want to push forward and get accomplished like you did with the Bureau, but at the same time resistance from some quarters of the Democratic Party.
Yep.
So President Obama, good example there. He did set it up. On the other hand, it was obvious that you should have led that, and he didn't have you lead it in the beginning. You have tweaked him on occasion. I have done more than tweak him, but I'm not a senator. So what's your sense of how to walk the line when you disagree with Democrats that you think are a little bit more careful, honestly, with their donors?
Yeah, so it's interesting you'd raise that, because I'll tell you a story from the fight over the CFPB. So the financial crash has happened, and a lot of people are focused on the big things, what we're going to do, what became Dodd-Frank, right, about the big financial institutions and too big to fail and so on. And I'm looking at it and saying, hey guys, if we had had a consumer agency in place, this crash never would have happened, because you couldn't have built up that kind of risk in the system from lousy, cheating mortgages, which is what those things were. So I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing to get the consumer agency. And let's face it, the banks all hate it. They're spending more than $1 million a day to lobby against financial reform in general, but the consumer agency is like literally right at the crosshair, right in the center of what they're saying. No, 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 it will never happen. Republicans, no, 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 we can never have this. And Democrats, there were some yes, some no. And so I had someone ask me, this is long before I was ever in politics, ever thought I would be. Someone asked me, so if you can't get this strong, independent agency that you want, kind of in effect, I think the question was something like, how much of a compromise could you take to get, to get everybody on board? And I said, look, my first choice is a good, strong, independent agency, and my second choice is no agency at all and a lot of blood and teeth left on the floor.
Well, I like that kind of talk.
And because that's how I saw it. You either get something good that's worth fighting for, but the point is you get in there and you fight for it.